All right. So our next topic, the best pool games. All right. Now I'm going to save mine because I got a story. I'm honestly, actually, Lochte's a part of my story. But this is mine. I have the best pool. Or should I just lead with it?
I think you lead with it because my story may have legal implications, and I'm debating if I should even tell it.
Okay. All right. Good. So you ever played the game Spoons?
No.
So it's kind of like musical chairs. So those of y'all who've ever played Spoons, so I'm just going to grab like some pins, right? So you usually have more or people than you have like stuff, right? And you put it down and everybody sits around the spoons. Usually it's actual spoons. And you have cards. Everybody gets 2 cards at random. And then the first person takes a card and you're trying to get 2 pair or a pair. And then they pass off what they don't need. And the first person to get a pair grabs one. And then as soon as somebody grabs one, like all bets are off, everybody has to grab one. And the last person without one is eliminated. So it's kind of like musical chairs, right? So what we would do, this is the first time I played this game, and I was like, oh, the kids are going to love this, was it when I was at Team Elite in North Carolina at SWIMAC. And there's like these little, if you have a long course pool that goes to short course, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. There's these little metal rod things that go in the lane lines with like a ring on the end. So it's almost like a key, literally. Like it's about the size of a key with like one of those slider loops on it, right?
Okay.
So you use those instead of spoons or instead of musical chairs. And you always have one less than there are athletes. So David had us all line up like behind or on like the side of the pool deck, right? We pulled all the lanes out. And David would like hide all these things like in different spots of the pool. And he would have us like turn around together, like ready to go. And you have to go find one quickly and bring it out to David. And that's how you get to move on to the next round, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a process of elimination this way. And what I would do with the kids is I would set, usually, you have like 20 kids, 20, 10-year-olds. You can't really, and all ages love this game. Like I would have like the high schoolers begging to play it, the 10-year-olds begging to play it. Everybody loves this game because you can be aggressive too, right? Like you can grab people, don't, pause, but you can grab people's feet, block them, hug them, whatever they're trying to get these things. Obviously don't drown each other, but it's a really fun game. And so, you know how these stories go. It ends up being me and Lochte, right? In the final 2. And we already know who's going to win, but how is important, right? So I'm like, me and Lochte are on 1 block each, turned around. And I'm like, okay, like, how am I going to beat Lochte? And I'm not saying anything about anybody's intelligence, but as a hooper, like, it's all mental. Like, everybody's an equal athlete. So it's like, how can I take advantage of him not paying attention? Like, when is he not paying attention? Like, I'm thinking about like all these things. And Dave says, go. And as we and Lochte turn around at the same time, Dave throws it in the air. So we both see where it lands. I was like, shit. So we dive in, and I'm like, there's no way I can out dolphin kick him.
Nope.
So we hit the water, and I purposely like slow down, right? And he like takes off. And right before he gets it, I grab his ankle. Woo! Grab it. I jump out the pool. Just pound the water, give it a little celebration. I remember Ariana was just like, oh my God. But yeah, everybody was, and it's just classic. Like, that's how basketball goes. It's like, what was not said about the rules? Where can I find an advantage?
Right.
And that was the advantage. David never said anything about you couldn't grab somebody's ankle. So I just let him have all the confidence in the world. He was about to out dolphin kick me because I know he knows he can out dolphin kick me. So my leverage point was I'm going to give him what he expects. At the last second, snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, hook 'em horns. You know how we do it. And I remember he was just like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Like, his face was just like disbelief. But the kids love the game. And like when I do it with the kids, like I'll take all the pieces and like put them in like one corner, like right in front of where they're going to dive in. So they just all dive over it. They're like scrounging around, and then all of a sudden one person comes up with one, and then they look and they see them all over there, and then it's like a drop dead sprint from one side of the pool to the other, trying to get to it by everybody in the water. Yeah, everybody Everybody loves that game. And that's the only time I'm one of the few athletes to beat Ryan Lochte. Let's just put it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, you grabbed Lochte's by the ankles?
Grabbed him by his ankle, like right before we got there. Oh, wow. Pause. Mega pause.
Hey, yo.
But yeah, grabbed him by his ankle. Like I said, it's not better. But
I don't know if that's worse somehow.
I sense that he was reaching for like the metal, whatever it was. He was about to grab a little key and just
got him.
Got him, coach. David was impressed too.
One of my favorite games was rock, paper, scissors. Let me finish.
Okay.
So we would play this game at Kentucky with rock, paper, scissors. It was a breath holding drill, but our coach was very big. Sean Zatani was very big on breath holding and like mental toughness and all of that jazz. And he believed that holding your breath was more mental than physical. So to mimic stressing your mind while holding your breath without doing any swimming, we came up with this convoluted game. So you'd go underwater and you'd be with a partner, both of you underwater, rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins gets to take a breath. So it's completely up to chance because right. Nice. So it's completely up to chance. There's not really any skill in rock, paper, scissors, no matter if you say like, oh, I can always win. Like,
I mean, stone defense. I'll go ahead and say it. Stone defense always wins.
Defense. Right. So now you're underwater and it always happens. Someone just goes on a losing streak.
Yeah.
Or a winning streak. So now you can't get a breath. You're watching your competition breathe that beautiful air and you're getting more and more frustrated. And there's nothing you can do to win because it's not skill. It's just chance.
Yeah.
So you have to stay calm underwater and go through this game in hopes that your next one is going to be your chance.
Right.
And the longer it goes, the harder it is to try and focus because there's so little, but so much happening at the same time. It really messes with your brain. Yeah. And to make it even more interesting, we'd go, okay, we'll play it in the deep end. We'll go 12 feet down. Or we'll do best out of 3 or best out of 5. Oh my God. Try that on for size.
Yeah. If you lose, that's a guaranteed 9 games without a breath.
Dude, it's nasty. And if you're in the diving well, nasty work.
Yeah.
Nasty work, bro. People will come up for air and be like, try to get like 3 breaths and
yeah, hyperventilate, which is also bad. May or may not be good.
Right. That was a wicked game. Yeah.
I know what I've seen people do, like Nitro plays this game a lot. Well, they'll it's kind of like that, but they'll do a relay. So they start, not a relay, but they start on the opposite ends of the pool and they swim until they meet each other. And then they go underwater and do the rock, paper, scissors. And if they win, then the person who lost has to get out and go back to the other side. The person who lost has to get out, go back to the end of the line. The person who won gets to keep going. Yeah. I guess I have one more game. So when I was in elementary school, we would do these relays where you'd have a square, a big square, probably 30 feet of each line, right? And you'd have your whole team line up behind one line. And it's like a relay where you're trying to tag the person in front of you. So you're rounding these corners opposite, and then you hand off the baton to the next person, and then they go. And a lot of times what'll happen is you'll be ready to tag somebody, and just before you miss them, you round your corners line, and you got to run back, hand the baton off, and now it's completely reset again. So what I did one time was, you have to do this with more older kids because it takes way too long with little kids. is I had them start off at like 2 corners of the pool, just like we pulled out 4 lanes, so it was a much smaller space. And they swam freestyle, like down one way, under the lane lines, on another way, come up swim freestyle, back to their corner, and the next person would go. And then as a coach, you just yell out like whatever different thing you want to change. So yeah.
Diabolical.
Another game from the childhood.
Yeah. So have fun, guys.
Yeah, have fun with those.